I'd like to say something too. I have asked for a complete, detailed budget since March, and I was told that I had that. April was more of the same, and May, an email came out with a few more figures that were revealed, but they were still very generalized with rounded numbers. Last Tuesday, May 30th, the first bit of what seemed to be accurate data was given to a commissioner. Then this past Friday, a dump of pages was given to the commissioner's administrative staff. It was told in April that we as board members would receive the same information given to the commissioners, and here, finally today, this morning, we have finally received that. I'm still trying to grapple at understanding why it's taken a week to get that information. But I'm very concerned because what you told the elected Board of Education in March was a bold-faced lie. You said what we were given was a full budget. Otherwise, the massive amount of information that was just handed over to the commissioners this past Friday and to us this morning would have been given to us in February. That is a full budget. I want a full budget. I want what was given to the commissioners and what we have finally received this morning. That is our right as elected officials to receive that information. I'm glad that we finally received it, and now that we can move forward with looking through it. But it shouldn't have happened today. It should have happened in February. It should have happened in March when I asked for it. I'm beginning to lose faith in our administration, not only because of the lack of communication and the changing stories of what the true budget is, but they are also aligning themselves with the Teachers Association, who continues to spread propaganda to the teachers about this budget process. The commissioners are not to blame. The commissioners are doing their job. It's about time you start to ask your elected board to do their jobs, which is to scrutinize a complete, detailed budget. There has been more propaganda spread as of today. Teachers, bus driver, and faculty have been given a letter saying, "We are going to show our disappointment by wearing black on Friday and Tuesday. Your school reps will be taking photos to post on the association page to show our displeasure of this vote." All this is doing is spreading more divisive language, and it's only going to divide the teachers and the staff with their personal stances more. So it's not creating any sort of unity in our school system and fixing the problem that we have today. It's sad and it's upsetting that our own teachers union and Board of Education is simply lying to the staff and everyone that supports the narrative. The true difference is, yes, the county funding went down by $279,000 because we had a drop in student enrollment. Maybe we need to start asking why we are losing students, but that's a discussion for another day. The truth of the matter is the state funding went up $2.86 million, and let me reiterate that that's an increase of $2.86 million from last year. Also, due to the lack of funding on our end, the commissioners are contributing an additional $8.1 million to make sure our teachers can enjoy a happy and healthy retirement. That should not go unnoticed. We don't have a funding problem, we have a priorities problem. We haven't prioritized the needs of children for a long time, and we're prioritizing the wants of adults. Making cuts should not be as easy as saying that we're going to make cuts on salaries and programs, and thankfully, with what we have here, hopefully we don't have to do that many cuts in order to get there. But what I'm proposing is that we start at the top. We should start with our leadership team, and that's where we need to start with our cuts as well. I propose we review the salaries of the superintendent and all administration at the board. I suggest all current executive team vehicles should be sold and replaced with economical vehicles that are shared instead of assigned. These vehicles should remain parked at the board unless the vehicle is assigned to staff pertaining to 24-hour emergencies such as maintenance. We need to take a look at our ESSER funds, which is what we're doing, and we need to reevaluate. In my opinion, I need to ask how we would go about doing that, but our Apple contracts, and discuss potentially selling back a portion of the tablets. In my opinion, high school and potentially middle school students should remain a priority for having home tablets, but the lower grades may need to look into other paths to take for instruction and learning methods. The board should review and reevaluate the curriculums that we can. I understand that they're under contracts, so we would need to reevaluate those that we can. And we need to look at the board potentially suspending the faculty early retirement incentives program at this time. And finally, we need to review the small expenditures that add up over time. Every board meeting, we as board members are given a lunch. Let's end it. These planning meetings that provide food, such as Buckingham Elementary Committee meetings, don't provide food anymore, and that expense. Christmas cards and invitations that go out to board members and members of the community in beautiful card stock, email it. The countless small expenditures that add up over time, and most recently, the buttons that were made and given to anyone that attended the commissioners' meeting, wasn't necessary. End it. Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
Where did that come from? Donation? Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bottom line, I was always told that we shouldn't be spending money that we don't have. And right now we're in a time that we really need to figure out what can be trimmed and what is necessary to stay. And like I said, I believe we have a priorities problem and we need to start reprioritizing some of these funds. And we need to make sure that the money gets to our frontline workers and our students. Thank you.
Okay.